Imagine working your whole life, saving money, finally becoming a millionaire, and then realizing keeping too much cash in your bank account is actually making you poorer. Sounds crazy, right? But this is exactly why many millionaires in the USA avoid holding too much cash. Part 1. The safe feeling that's secretly costing you. Let's start with something simple. Cash feels safe. You can see it. You can count it. You know it's there. It's like keeping snacks in your room. You feel rich until you realized you ate everything in one night. That's how most people treat money. They think, if I just keep more cash in my bank, I'll be secure. But here's the twist. Millionaires think the opposite. They actually feel unsafe when they hold too much cash. Yeah, unsafe. Part 2. The silent enemy. Inflation. Let's say you have $100,000 sitting in your bank. You're feeling good. You're like, wow, I made it. Now imagine doing absolutely nothing with that money for 5 years. Sounds safe, right? Wrong, because of something called inflation. Inflation is like a tiny invisible thief. It doesn't break into your house, it doesn't hack your account. It just slowly makes your money worth less every single year. So your $100,000 quietly turns into something that feels like $80,000 or less. And the worst part? You don't even notice it happening. It's like your phone battery draining, but you never checked the percentage. Millionaires hate this. Part 3. Cash doesn't work. Assets do. Here's the big difference between average people and millionaires. Average people store money. Millionaires deploy money. Let me explain. If you keep cash in a bank, it just sits there, doing nothing. It's like hiring an employee and telling them, just sit on the couch and chill. But millionaires don't like lazy money. They want their money working 24/7, even while they sleep. So instead of holding cash, they move it into assets, things like real estate, stocks, businesses. Why? Because assets can grow. Cash usually doesn't. Part 4. The funny bank moment. Relatable twist. You ever check your bank account and feel proud, then suddenly remember your rent is due tomorrow? Yeah, instant heartbreak. Now imagine being a millionaire, opening your bank app and seeing too much cash sitting there. Instead of feeling proud, they feel uncomfortable. They're like, why is my money not working? It's the opposite mindset. Part 5. Opportunity cost. The money you never see. This part is crazy. Let's say you keep $200,000 in cash for 10 years. Nothing happens to it. Seems safe, right? But here's the hidden problem. What if that money could have become $400,000 or even $600,000? That difference is called opportunity cost. It's the money you could have made but didn't. And this is what really scares millionaires. Not losing money, but missing the chance to grow it. Part 6. Cash is important, but only to a limit. Now, don't get it wrong. Millionaires are not crazy. They don't put all their money into investments. They still keep some cash, but only for emergencies, opportunities, and short-term needs. Think of cash like fuel in a car. You need it, but you don't fill your entire house with gasoline, right? That would be slightly insane. Same with money. Too much idle cash equals wasted potential. Part 7. The real reason. Control versus growth. Here's the deeper truth. People hold cash because it gives them control. You know exactly how much you have. No surprises, no risk. But millionaires accept something different. They accept controlled risk for growth. They understand, if I want my money to grow, I have to let it move. It's like planting a seed. If you keep it in your hand, nothing happens. But if you plant it, it can grow into something bigger. Part 8. A small, funny real-life scenario. Imagine this. 2 friends. One keeps all his money in cash, the other invests most of it. After a few years, friend 1 says, "Bro, I still have the same $50,000. Friend 2 says, "Nice, mine turned into $80,000. Friend 1 says, "Wait, how?" Friend 2 says, "My money didn't take a vacation." Part 9. What millionaires actually do. Here's what many US millionaires focus on. They keep a small portion in cash and move the rest into investments that grow, assets that pay income, opportunities that multiply money. Their goal is simple: make every dollar do a job. No lazy money allowed. So here's the truth. Most people never realize. Being rich is not about how much cash you have. It's about how your money behaves. Because the biggest financial mistake isn't always losing money. Sometimes it's letting it sit still, slowly shrinking, quietly doing nothing while you think you're playing it safe. And that's why US millionaires don't avoid cash because they hate it. They avoid it because they understand something most people don't. Money sitting still is money falling behind.